No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Not a whole lot of room to run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the great move. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Here we go.
Cousins now on second down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
On third down, Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers heading out, and if you listen real closely, you can hear it, the buzz right now that is around this 49er team. And look, they finished last year strong. Big reason why, Jimmy Garoppolo. So a lot of hope coming into 2018.
And I think you nailed
the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Airing it deep for Garcon. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the 1st down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want. 2
big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Niners have taken the early lead.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out in the field charged up and ready to go.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vikings heading out. We'll have to see what the Falcons do this year, but we do know that the Vikings will not be the first team to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium because they had that shot last year, Charles. Came up short in the NFC title game, but this is a club that has retooled to make another run. Still built defense first. The image of their head coach, Mike Zimmer. And they have all-stars at every level. Start with Linval Joseph at defensive tackle. Move back to Anthony Barr at linebacker. Xavier Rhodes at cornerback. Harrison Smith at safety. They can do it all on defense. With the signing of Kirk Cousins on offense at quarterback, signals that this is a Vikings team that wants to open things up a little bit, get a little bit more explosive, and not have to play quite as many grinded-out games as they did in 2017.
Here we go.
Again, it's Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Listen to me. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off on a safety, Jarkrisky Tart.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on second. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's going to ball his way forward to the 48. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Back to the ground. This time, Cook. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? On play action, now Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Gould is able to put it through, and that will make it 10-0 here in the first. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
Yellow, 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 yellow. Rhino, Rhino. Switch. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Gould with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you can kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Second down, Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Rhino!
They'll run for it. Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. Cousins on 1st down. Lets it fly for Thielen. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Cousins again. Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Look at the dance and the juke.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Flush to his right. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They start the drive with Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie. It was off to a terrific start. In fact, if you ask people in the Minnesota Vikings organization, they were giddy at the fact that they were able to get him outside of the first round and plug him into the lineup. They expect him to be big time in this season.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Cook. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Cousins from the gun on 3rd.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Everson Griffin getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Garoppolo now. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Niners on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's go.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
There's been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. They run once more with McKinnon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And Anthony Barr just has it all as far as I'm concerned in terms of physique, athletic ability, and now he's versatile as well. When he came out of UCLA, he played outside linebacker, but also down defensive end. The Vikings can utilize those same sort of skills.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Following the interception, Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Hey, flipper.
Here's Cousins. Complete to right. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Vikings on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Spurs. Rhino.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. On first down, Murray. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Solomon Thomas able to get in and bury him well behind the line for a loss of 17. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Let's get out of there.
13. Move it up, fellas. 1, Omaha.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this one is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Garrett Selleck taking it in. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26. Yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Matthews makes the grab. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 6 there on first. Cousins now on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. First down. Here's Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
These guys going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They'll run it now out of the gun, and a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing is Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Cousins. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray taking it in. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try.
Ringo, 48.
To throw, Cousins. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Right back to him on first down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Get set. Here we go. Hurry up. Hurry up. 11. Hey, John, 11. Yes.
They run it with McKinnon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Check 48 to the mic. Check 48 to the mic. Lionel, Lionel! He's coming. Okay, double up. Black, black. Switch.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 11. Out of his end zone, Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And Salek here, left side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Sometime in this 4th quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Everson Griffin. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. The Niners on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And now out comes Minnesota. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not in a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the 1st.
Black, 2. 4 down.
Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Cousins on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Eric Armstead able to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd down, Cousins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football.
For Kirk Cousins, it's his first touchdown pass as a Minnesota Viking. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the 49er hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk, and he is going to lose yardage here. And now the Vikings. Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, come on. Come on, fellas, here we go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Niners on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. They run again with Breida. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Cousins to throw it. He's got him in. Complete. And they're going to get this one up to the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, Cousins. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. Play.
Cousins now. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Finds a seam inside the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 52 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Here we go. Deep third.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
4 down.
A first down throw for Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Let's go. Left. Hey, Ringo, 48.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And shedding through the tackle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Solomon Thomas. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. They run with Breida. And he'll be taken down at the 34. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Niners on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This is Breida. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.